Buckle up, besties. We are going off the rails. That was a good intro. Someone actually DM'd me that and they said, you should use this. And I said, sounds good. I'm currently torn. Also, welcome back to Off the Rails Podcast with Morgan. That is an important detail if you are new here. If you're returning, hi, hello, welcome back. I'm torn currently. If I want to call you all passengers or besties, I don't know. You guys can message me. I am your conductor, taking this train off the rails today. I'm already laughing thinking about it. Today, we're going to do a Vegas recap. I just got back from my Dirty 30 in Las Vegas, and here's what I have to say. I will never, mark my words, I know I say this every time I leave Vegas, and yet I go time and time again. I will never, ever, ever go back to Las Vegas. I have hit my Vegas quota. I am now 30. I never need to go back. But on this podcast, I'm going to fill you guys in on everything that happened, the sheer chaos. My friends and I got back, which, by the way, all you need to know is I changed my flight Sunday and paid a stupid amount of money just so I could leave Las Vegas and get home earlier. But anyways, we were joking and we said, we wish. Actually, I don't wish because what I did does not need to be ever on TV. But we're like, damn, it would have been so funny if we had a TV crew following us, because this weekend, it was honestly, look, do I have regrets? No, not really. I mean, I could have gone without some of the shit that I put on my Instagram story, but whatever. We had a great time. It was the time of my life. But there were high highs and there were low lows. So there was a lot of laughter. Of course, it's me. There was also some tears, a bruised kneecap, a chipped tooth, a lost ID, all of the freaking things. So we're going to dig into that. And also, look, every birthday, I like to have a little mindfulness moment where I make a list of all the things I have learned in my past year. So this year I did 30 things that I have learned by 30. It's on my blog. It's on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. Honestly, I'm impressed with myself. It was very well written. You know, I pride myself on being able to look within. I'm very good at self-reflecting, but that has nothing to do with going off the rails. So I said, let's make a list of the 30 unhinged things that I have learned by 30. And you know what? You'd be surprised how easily I made this list. Like when I made my mindful list, it took me a bit. It took me a couple of days to really, journal and think and craft my thoughts. The unhinged list I made in 5 minutes after eating a weed gummy and laying in bed last night. So what does it contain? I don't really know. Again, I kind of jotted these thoughts down and said, we're going to wing it today. So also, guys, here's my off the rails thought. I shouldn't be saying this because now I feel like this is what people are going to pay attention to, but I'm going to start every podcast as well as just some off the rails, what's on the top of my head that is insane. I think I have a jaw problem, and I really do. I'm convinced I have a lisp. Oh my God, now I can hear it. And I don't know what's happening. There's a jaw issue. I made an orthodontist appointment. I think I have an enlarged tongue. I don't know what is happening, but every time I talk, and this all started because one person on my Instagram story, you'd be surprised how many people do this, when they mean to talk shit about me to a friend, but then they send that message about me to me, and it's honestly very comical, but I'll never forget it. I don't know who this girl was, but she messaged me, obviously talking about me, and she was like, oh my God, her lisp. And I was like, and ever since then, I'm like, Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Anyway, so it's not that bad, but I will say I've now had this theory. I had a retainer, and it was my hot pink and lime green retainer from 7th grade. And if you're a retainer girly, you picked the ugliest colors. Mine had little flecks of glitter in it, had my name on it. I've had it since 7th grade. I threw it away. I don't know why. I threw it away, and I started doing Smile Direct Club, right? Which was great and awesome and amazing. So I threw away my pink retainer. I said, I am mature. No man will see me with this hot pink and lime green retainer because it's disgusting. And I'm going to get a new retainer sent to me from Smile Direct Club because I was an influencer for them. It was great. Honestly, it was a great experience until Smile Direct Club went bankrupt. Literally the company. Look, I'm so sorry if you bought Smile Direct Club because I promoted it. I was a big fan as well, but they went bankrupt and they ghosted me. And I'm supposed to have 2 more retainers and a permanent one being sent to me. And it's not happening because the whole entire company went under. So now I am retainerless. And I am convinced that my jaw has shifted and my tongue has enlarged. And I don't know if that's a thing because you don't wear your retainer, but it's why I can't pronounce my S's now. So I got to drink some more water because now I'm very self-conscious. Okay, we are carrying on. Let's recap Vegas. I'm so sorry about my voice, guys. Don't make fun of Sally sells seashells by the seashore. We need to do some vocal warm-ups. Anyways, let's talk Vegas because I will say I'm sitting in this chair. It is Wednesday. I got back on Sunday. It took me up until probably an hour ago to recover from that trip. I have not been a normal functioning human at all. My anxiety has been through the roof. I've been questioning my actions and decisions. But look, at the end of the day, I had a grand freaking old time. Okay, let's just talk about it because it's not going to make sense. Let's start from the top. Me and my girlfriends, we flew to Vegas. Why, you ask? That is a great question. We were sitting on the airplane, and my friend looked at me, my friend Blakely. I wonder if she listens to this podcast. She might. She looked at me, and she was like, don't you hate Vegas? Like, why are we going here? And I was like, you know what? I actually do. I loathe Vegas. I think it is crusty. It is dusty. It is disgusting. It's also a great time. The sole purpose for me doing this is I love the DJ Kygo. I'm a huge fan. Low-key in love with them, and I was like, I want to see this man perform. He was playing Saturday, so that was the sole purpose of why we went. The last time I went to Vegas, I gotta stay away from Vegas DJs. The last time I went, that was when I also swore on my life I would never step foot in the city of Las Vegas. Was when I got blackout and I texted Steve Aoki to get lunch with me after he texted me to come over at 3 a.m. And I was like, nah, I need to get some sleep, but let's meet for a casual lunch. Like this Vegas DJ wanted to get a sandwich with me or something. Okay. Anyways, he didn't respond to me. And it is funny. What a full circle moment. I just remembered because the pool party we went to, which was my downfall of this trip, Steve Aoki was playing. I hope he's well. I didn't even think to text him because I was having too good of a time, but he wouldn't have responded because I'm probably in his phone as sandwich girl, like the girl who texts me to get a sandwich, and I don't want to get one with you. Anyways, I hate Vegas. That's what you need to know, but whatever. We go there. I ended up working with a hotel, so I ended up getting a free room. That also is probably a huge reason. I was like, it's for free. And look, if you go to Vegas as a hot girl, let me tell you, it is the easiest thing. You get everything for free. And then if you're a guy, riddle me this. Before we get into the Vegas stories, here's what I need to know. Why do men go to Vegas? Honest to God, I need to know. If you're a man, I don't think my audience caters really to men, but if you happen to be a man listening to this and you've gone to Vegas, I want to know why. Why do you spend that much money? Guys have to pay an insane amount just to get in. If you're a cute girl, all you have to do is look clueless, put on a hot outfit, and just wander around, and you will, mark my words, you will. Someone will grab your hand, probably a very large bouncer, and he'll say, do you want to go here? And all you have to do is say, yeah. And they bring you to some table that some random group of guys has paid for, and you're set. You can have all the alcohol you want. You have unlimited chicken fingers. You've got a bottle service if that's what you want, and you pay $0. Let me tell you about, if you're like, Morgan, why are you saying this? Well, it's because it happened to us. Okay, so we were at the pool. I'm going out of order. Whatever. Okay, I'm going to tell this story and then I digress. We're at this pool party. We went with our girlfriends. I was working, I don't know. I have no shame in my DM game, so I think I messaged marketing, and they had given me like a cute little cabana, cute, fun little cabana. We were hanging out, having a good old time. I had my little heads, cutouts of my head on sticks. We were waving them. Like I was acting like this was my bachelorette party. It was fully not, but whatever. Then, of course, big, large bouncer was like, hey, girls, do you want to come to this table? And we looked at each other and said, that sounds like free food and alcohol. Yes, we do. So we go over there, and we ended up merging with this group of bachelors. Super sweet guys. Very harmless. There's nothing better than going to Vegas and meeting guys who are not total creeps. Like they just, I don't know, I guess want the company of cute, fun girls. And I'm like, I'm a cute, fun girl. So of course me, my nosy ass, were there. All I wanted was chicken fingers. At one point, my friend Gianna was chanting. We had a group chant, and it was, "Hey, we want some chicken," screaming it. And lo and behold, these kind men kept bringing out platters of chicken fingers because if you've gone to Vegas, you know, there is nothing better. Nothing slaps harder than when you're a little drunk and you get one of those chicken fingers. They're probably actually disgusting. If you eat them sober, you're like, these are trash. But for some reason, with a little alcohol in your system, dipping that chicken finger in some ketchup while sitting on the edge of a dirty pool with probably some Band-Aids floating in it, nothing hits harder. It's truly a great experience. Anyway, so my nosy ass, whatever, we're eating chicken. They're passing around bottles of Ciroc. I was like, I have been taken back to college. I have not touched a bottle of Ciroc. Ugh, God, I'm nauseous thinking about it. I've not touched a bottle of Ciroc since I was 22 on 6th Street in Austin, Texas. But that pool party, I was drinking a lot of Ciroc. Anywho, I'm chit-chatting, being my nosy self, being the reporter that I am. And I was like, can I ask how much you guys spent on this cabana? Like, I'm just curious. Because us girls, we obviously just wandered up here. I was like, no way. I bet it's like a couple grand, if that. Like, come on, guys. This is wild. Legitimately, I gasped. $35,000. $35,000 for a cabana for what, 8 guys to split? Look, I can't do math right now, but I'm thinking I'm over here trying to count on my fingers. Look, it's a lot of money. And they spent $35,000 for a group of drunken girls to come and demand more chicken fingers and drink their alcohol. I'm sorry. Look, I'm so grateful to be in the position where I am that is a thing. But if I was a dude and I just dropped, $35,000 and I had a group of girls come and just, I don't know, obviously use me, I'd be pissed. But that's what's, riddle me this, Vegas. I don't get it. The guys, it's almost like they expect it. Like, you know what? We're going to pay all this money and we know we're going to hang out with some girls and then they're going to leave us. And then they're going to go to the next, you know what, guys? I don't get it. But yeah, 35 grand. Then we go out to the club that night and man, I got to go in order. Anyways, my last thing, because we're talking about money on this financial podcast. We go out to the club and I'm in my Unhinged hat that I'm wearing right now, which by the way, if you're listening to this and you didn't buy one, they're sold out. I'm so sorry. So we're in the Unhinged hats and I just would not shut up about these hats going on sale. I made sure everyone in this damn club knew on Tuesday you can buy them. So we're with another group of guys we met at the pool, hung out with them. This Saint Baby Angel, the Bachelor, kindest, sweetest man. Again, love a non-creepy Vegas man. He was getting engaged. All he wanted to do, look, if my man ever goes to Vegas, actually, Hot Ozzy, if you're listening to this, you're not going to Vegas because I saw how some of the guys acted and it was appalling. But Frankie, the Bachelor, sweet baby angel, he has photos of his fiance on his phone and all he wanted to do was pass around his phone and show off his beautiful fiance to everyone. And it melted my heart. And I was like, you know what? Stand up guy. You want to know how much he spent on a sign that said Unhinged and a bottle of champagne? We were also being nosy, and as he was signing the check, my friend Alexis glanced. $13,000. Guys, I can't even believe I'm saying that. These men will never see us again. I am so honored that he wanted me to have the greatest, grandest, 30th Unhinged birthday ever. $13,000 for a sign that lit up and said Unhinged and a massive bottle of champagne. Anyways, I'll never recover from that. That is a Chanel bag. That is a car payment. That is a vacation for 4. That's a lot of things. But look, apparently in Vegas, money means nothing. I don't get it because I go to Vegas for free and it's called being a hot girl. Anyways, let's just talk. Let's run through what went down in Vegas. I know I've kind of gone on some tangents. Okay, so we arrived there. I would also like to give a shout out to my friend Mallory, who I don't know if she listens to this podcast? Probably not. But Mallory is 5 foot nothing. She is tiny, petite, the cutest, most ride or die friend. She actually started as my old assistant. And then we just became fast friends. Fast forward, she doesn't work for me anymore. She's a party planner. So I told her, I was like, will you come decorate the hotel room? Like, I just kind of want a backdrop, some balloons, whatever. Little tiny 5 foot Mallory arrives. She drove her car from Vegas. She drives a Jeep. It is loaded to the top with decor, signs, balloons. She brought in tables, tablecloths, signage. Like, we transformed this hotel room into the most beautiful. It was like hot pink and orange themed. The theme was like older, wiser, hotter, which it is a great theme if you are 29 thinking about your dirty 30. It was so cute, so fun. We started off the first night tequila sunrise theme. So again, if you want to plan a bachelorette party or a dirty 30, great itinerary, great themes. The first one was tequila sunrise. We all wore pink, orange, whatever, cute stuff. We went to dinner. This was like a pretty chill night. I was really proud of Friday. We kept it together. We went to a cute dinner. We had some tequila shots. And then we went to Magic Mike because when in Vegas, you should go to a show and you should also watch a bunch of hot men take their shirts off because why not? Honestly, okay, I've never been to Magic Mike. I have been to Thunder from Down Under, which was interesting. The very different shows. I will say Magic Mike is much classier. They're actually talented dancers. Thunder from Down Under is like the rejects. It is the rejects that did not make it into the Magic Mike show. But the pro of Thunder from Down Under, it's Australian themed. So obviously I was a fan when I went there. This was way before Hot Aussie entered the picture. But even back then I was like, damn, I love me an Australian accent. The only issue is in Thunder from Down Under, you almost have to close your eyes. You just kind of have to close your eyes and listen to the men and then envision, be like, look, I think I'm looking at a hot man. But when you open your eyes, you're like, I kind of have to squint. There was a lot of razor burn going on. There was a lot of tiny, ill-fitting Speedos. And I will say in Thunder from Down Under, look, if you want to be touched and grabbed and I don't want to say assaulted because look, it's consensual. You go in there knowing, but I have a video on my phone. This was also a long time ago, guys, so like don't judge me. Just kidding. It was like a year and a half ago. But I have a video on my phone. There was a stripper in the Thunder from Down Under show named Chocolate Thunder. Look, okay, I'm not even going to describe him. You can just imagine what Chocolate Thunder might look like, okay? Large man. Chocolate man. Chocolate Thunder. Anyways, Chocolate Thunder zeroed in on me in the crowd. We're obviously front row. And Magic Mike is like a dance floor, and then there's chairs all around. There's different levels. Thunder from Down Under, it's just like a bunch of like picnic tables essentially set up. They just throw them out. They've got some like things going in between them where the dancers walk. We had full drinks. These dancers are so uncoordinated in Thunder from Under. Drinks were being kicked. My cheap tequila sodas going flying. I've got men with Speedos and razor burns in my face. Anyways, Chocolate Thunder zeroes in on me from the stage. And then all of a sudden I see this man in front of me grabbing my hand. I was like, oh, maybe he's going to take me on stage to do like a cute little Magic Mike thing where they put you in a chair and spin you around and do the things. No, Chocolate Thunder, you know what he did? He picked me up. He turned me around. I have a video on my phone, but I literally cannot post this. Turned me around, bent me over the table. I don't even know what happened, but I just remember the look on my friend's face. Their jaw dropped. And then we agreed this video can actually never see the light of day. Look, Chocolate Thunder's face was way too close to where a baby comes out of. And I am scarred for life. But that is Thunder from Down Under. Look, if you want to go and that is your vibe, it's very much not mine. But look, go have a grand old time. It is wild. It is crazy. If you want to go and be a little classier and just watch some men spin around on water and have beautiful 8-packs, Magic Mike is much more your vibe. So that's what we did on Friday. And that was great. We got home at like midnight. I washed my face. I took off my makeup. I popped a ZzzQuil and I was ready to go. I was like, wow, this is 30. I am a mature adult. No one can stop me. Well, guess what? Then Saturday happened and I realized Life can stop me. Vegas can stop me. Saturday, look, here's what I've learned from my Saturday as I'm about to recap this Vegas experience. You can darty or you can party, but you cannot do both, okay? The wise words of Morgan Willett. You got to choose one. You either drink during the day and you stay your ass home at night, or you hang out during the day and then you go out at night. My biggest mistake was thinking that I could do both, which I will say I did do both. I also then woke up the next morning and immediately changed my flight home and said, I got to go now. So we went to a pool party. It was great. It was fun. And here's where things went a wee bit south. We claimed our cabana. This is before we found any of the $35,000 cabanas with these random men. We claimed ours, cute little like day bed. And the cute little waitress girl, she's like, hey, we need an ID. If you guys want to hold this, someone give an ID. So of course, everyone looks right at me, the birthday girl who organized this. I verbatim said this. I should have known. I said, guys, I don't want to give my ID. I know for a fact I'm going to forget this. But then I was like, you know what? I believe in myself. There's a will, there's a way. I'm going to get this ID. I'll keep my shit together. I'll remember. I give her my ID. Okay. That's where everything went a little south. But before things went south, the best time of my life at this pool party, we had cutouts of my head, which, by the way, Alex Shea Willett, I should have known better. I was thinking when my friend Mallory was like, hey guys, can you send me photos of Morgan? I sent her like my Instagram photos. I sent her ones of me blowing kisses, full glam. I was like, I'm going to have hot photos of my head on sticks. And then she messaged my sister. My sister found photos from like 2018. There was a photo, which was taken completely out of context, by the way. Naturally, it was used. I had eaten a donut when I was like 18, like shoved a donut in my face. And so I had white icing all over my lips. So they took this photo, they cropped the donut out of the photo. So all it is me looking very confused with just white shit all over my mouth. So of course we're going up holding these photos of myself and everyone's like, what's on your face? And I'm like, it's icing. Look, get your head out of the gutter. I was like 18. It is icing, I swear. And then the other photo was me, I'm sure right after I took a tequila shot, just looking like a lovely human. Wow. If you're listening to this and you're judging me, I promise I have my shit together. But look, everyone, if it's your dirty 30, you get a hall pass. You get to be as fun, wild, and free as you want. Because then when your birthday's over, then it's kind of like you go into mature adult land. So, you know what, guys? I had a grand old time. Anyway, so we're at the pool party. All is fun. All is well. We get pulled into a random cabana with, I don't even know where these guys were from. All I know is at one point I look over and my friend Mallory, they all had like matching tank tops on, which if you're on a bachelor party, nothing gives me the ick more than men in matching tank tops with other men's face on it. I'm like, please don't. Look, I'm not even pro on bachelorette parties like sashes and penises in crowns. I already told my friends I don't want a bachelorette party. I did my dirty 30 in Vegas. We kind of did the whole bachelorette things. For my bachelorette, I want a wellness retreat. I want to go to the middle of the desert. I want to get massages. I want to drink wine. Do not come at me with anything penis shaped. I don't want a penis straw. No, gross. Anyways, I'm not, for some odd reason, like I'm the world's biggest basic bitch, but I'm just not pro matching t-shirts and tank tops, whatever. But at one point I look over and things just started getting rowdy. The Ciroc bottle came out. The chicken tenders came out. I look over and my friend Mallory, 5'0" 98-pound Mallory, is in this guy's tank top. She's on this other guy's shoulders and she's just like bouncing up and down and they're in these matching tank tops. I have a photo of her. That's happening. And then I brought my digital camera because I'm in my digital camera era. And this camera became basically like, I don't even know, like, you know, like Flat Stanley, when Flat Stanley travels. That's a horrible analogy. But it was like the sister to the traveling digital camera. It was being passed around. It is a miracle I got this camera back because random humans all in this day club had my digital camera. The next morning, we went through the photos and it was almost like The Hangover. I was like, where are all of these things coming from? People on shoulders, random videos of random people taking selfies, I had a whole entire photo shoot with a platter of chicken, which I think that is why we were chanting it, because I was like, this is going to be the best Instagram photo of my whole entire life. And the next day I looked at it, like even squinting, I was like, this is not cute, like in the slightest. That was happening. And then the crazy thing about Vegas, these guys who spent $35,000 on this cabana, then this is how it happens. And look, if you're a girl in Vegas, you know this is the name of the game. It's how the cookie crumbles. Then me and my friend Anna were dancing on our little cabana. We came back. You know why we came back? Because I went to go get electrolytes, because I was like, at this point, keeping my shit together. I was like, I got to hydrate. I want to pour some electrolytes into my tequila soda. That seems smart. So we're dancing on this day bed. David Guetta comes on. And guys, if you know, I love me some David Guetta. It just reminds me of Ibiza. It takes me back. So that song comes on. I lose my shit. We're just like dancing, having the time of our life, acting like there's not 1,000 people around us watching. And then the guys in the next cabana notice us. And you know what they said? They look like a good time. I'm like, look, can't say I'm not a good time. So then they pull our group and they say, do you want to come to our $35,000 cabana? And we say, okay. And literally, I mean, I think we did say bye, but we just left. We left the nice group and went to another nice group. And I now feel kind of guilty about that. But look, win in Vegas. In the next cabana, I will never forget this. The highlight of my whole entire weekend. Look, the tequila was flowing. And at some point, I told my friend Alexis, all I want for my birthday is you to belly flop in the pool. And this is how I know I have the best friends on the planet Earth. She said, say no more. Okay. So at this point, the pool is like 5 feet wide. It's really long, but it's not a big pool. It's just like this tiny sliver of water right in front of the cabanas. The security guard is looking at us, shooting daggers with his eyes. He's like, I know what you girls are about to do. Do not do it. So then my friend Alexis is like getting ready. She's stretching. She's about to do the flop in the pool. We've all got cameras out. My friend Heather is also like in the water, arms out, acting like she's going to catch Alexis if something goes wrong in this belly flop. The security guard is yelling. He's like, do not belly flop in this pool. And we're all like, Alexis, Alexis. Then I have a video of this. She does. She hits it with a hard flop. It was truly the best moment. Also, Alexis is just the most beautiful, put together, angelic human. And the fact that she was like, you know what? F it. Morgan wants a flop. She gets a flop. Full face plant. The whole entire crowd like screams when she does this. Wow. Honestly, I should send that video into Barstool. It would probably do really well. But Alexis, if you're listening to this, I'm not going to do that to you, because I know you probably want to have a really good career and don't want to be on Barstool at some point. So then that happened. Then I had a makeup artist coming to do my makeup at 5. It's 3. And at this point, I kind of still have my stuff together. I was like, guys, let's go. My friend Heather looked at me and she was like, we're not leaving right now. And then I think another good song came on, or another platter of chicken came out. And I was like, F it, we're staying, whatever. So then like 4:30 rolls around and I'm like, oh my God, I have to get my makeup. At this point, we put all of our stuff in a safe because we are smart girlies. The safe got stuck. The security guard can't get the safe open. We have 10 girls trying to open the safe. No one can, all of our stuff is there. At this point, I'm like, whatever, screw it. I don't need my makeup done. We finally get this safe open. I don't even know. One, I was on another planet at this point. I don't know how the safe got open, but we get open, and then this is my fault. This is my fault. You know what? I apologize to my friends, but I was feeling myself, and I was real confident. My friend, they looked at me. They said, do you have your ID? Did you get it? I was like, yeah, I got it. It's in my purse. So we go back to the hotel. La-di-da-di-da. Also at this point, I wore heels to a pool. Guys, I looked so cute. I took a hard tumble in those heels. My kneecap, this old left kneecap will never be the same. But in my defense, it was uneven ground and I was going down some steps and I was in 4-inch platform heels in a bikini, which Look, I'm never going back to Vegas because I never want to go back. But if I get convinced, which I probably will, I'm going to wear sandals. I'm going to wear some sandals, like the sensible human that I am. Maybe a sneaker, maybe an orthopedic shoe, because I twisted my ankle and bruised my kneecap in that, and now I'm 30, and I don't think I'll bounce back the same way I did. So we get back to the hotel. I'm getting my makeup done. I get a call. By the way, this is leading up to the night we were all waiting for. The reason I went to Kygo, or the reason I went to Vegas to see Kygo, I get a call from my friend, Gianna. She goes, "You left your ID at the pool." I said, "No, I didn't. It's in my purse." We checked my purse. There's no ID there. And I don't know if you guys know this about Vegas. Like, you can't pull open a photo. You can't print out your ID. Like, the bouncers do not care. You have to have a form of identification or you can't go in. So then I'm like, oh my God. I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. Whatever. Also, right before this, oh God, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than a drunken FaceTime. Honestly, I'm sweating thinking about it because I'm like, I'm such a cute, put together girl, but I full on drunken FaceTimed Hot Aussie, and oh my God, it makes me want to die. There's nothing worse than being a sober person and someone drunk FaceTiming you, and you answer and you're like trying to put a smile on your face, and they're just like screaming, being like, "I wish you were here." Anyways, mortifying. So drunk FaceTime, realize my ID is gone, hang up the phone. My makeup artist, sweet angel, is like, "I'll take you to the hotel." She gets my ass in the car, drops me off at the hotel. I waltz up. By the way, I'm still in my swimsuit, still in those damn heels that I twisted my ankle in, and like a little sarong. And I'm like, "Guys, I need my ID." And they're like, "We don't have it." I was like, "Yes, you do." So I'm walking around this resort. I go to the pool. No one has this ID. At this point, I'm getting flustered because now I've got dinner in an hour. My friends are getting ready without me. I thought I was going to show up, get my ID in 5 minutes, all is well. No. And then this guy kind of starts getting an attitude. And he's like, "What do you want from me? You can't get it till 10 in the morning. And I'm like over here, like, "Sir, you do not understand. I have to go see Kygo." And he's like, "I don't give a shit what you want to do. You're not getting this ID until 10 in the morning. So then at that point, I start getting upset. Guys, when I start getting flustered, what do? I cry. I'm not proud of that. I also had a little alcohol in my system. Look, we live and we learn. So I'm sitting on the curb and my little red bikini and my little stupid platform heels, and I'm just like crying. I'm like, "I'm not going to get to see Kygo. Like, everyone hates me." Lo and behold, I have superheroes for friends. My friend Heather, my best friend Heather, and Mallory come up. All I remember is Mallory looks at me and she's like, "Get up. Get up right now. We're getting this ID." Heather, both of these girls, by the way, 5'0", teeny tiny little girls. But whereas I'm like a little larger, I don't know what the saying is, but they're all, guys, I lost brain cells. All bark, no bite. All bite, whatever. They're tiny little pit bulls of humans. So they march up there, and Heather's like, "We're not leaving here till we get this girl's ID." And he's like, "I'm not giving it to you guys. You can get it at 10 in the morning. And I don't know what Heather Frost said to this man, but literally 5 minutes later, my ID appears. All is well in the world. I'm still upset because this man yelled at me and told me no. So whatever. Look, as annoyed as I am, I'm like, "Damn, Morgan, that was your fault." But was it really? Because in the beginning, I did tell my friend, I said, "This is going to go south. I know I'm going to forget this ID." It's not Vegas unless you have some kind of drama, chaos, whatever. So looking back, honestly, I wish I had a TV crew because we went from partying, the highest highs, crying over IDs, and then back to the highest high of going to Kygo. We went to dinner. All was fine. All of us went to this damn club in unhinged hats. It was truly, honestly, the greatest marketing I've ever done. Look, I pride myself on being a good damn influencer. Me handing out unhinged hats in the club, 10 out of 10. I don't think any of those people bought them, but it made for great photos. And then I partied my ass off. That is what you need to know. We ended up on some random party bus. I don't know how that happened. I was like, "Oh, look, I'll take an Uber." And again, when in Vegas, you turn the corner and someone's like, "Get in this bus." And you're like, "Okay." So we ended up getting in a party bus with a random group of guys. Went to Kygo. Guys, it was the most fun I have ever had. Now, do I need to do it again? No. When I tell you, I took off IQ points. I'm not proud. Literal IQ points have been dropped because of my night at Kygo, but we had so much freaking fun. All of my girlfriends, the theme that night was death to my 20s. So we were all in black, all in our unhinged hats, literally just laughing, having girl time. Then all of a sudden, the sweet baby angel guys we were with brought out the $13,000 bottle of champagne in the unhinged hat. And I literally, you would think that someone just gave me $1 million. I probably shed a tear. I was so excited. Then Kygo comes on. I'm unfortunately posting all of this to my story. Look, if I have one regret over Vegas, I don't regret any of my actions. I had the best time of my freaking life. I regret how much I posted on my story. Or, I'm fine. I'm fine posting on my story. Whatever. If I'm maybe filming Kygo, that's cool. But for some reason, the second I drink, I'm like, I got to selfie this. People got to see this face. And I'm like, Morgan, your eyes are crossing. You have red lipstick all over your face. And you're not even singing the right words to the song. Whatever. It's fine, guys. Look, I don't expect any judgment from my besties here. It happens to the best of us. All you need to know is I was having a great damn time. Then at one point, it hits like 3 a.m. and I turn and realize all of my friends have left. They're like, we're going to bed. Kygo he has now stopped playing. It's just me, Heather, and my friend Mallory. And when I get a little twinkle in my eye, guys, and I look at you, you know what I'm about to say. I look at Heather, I was like, let's pull an all-nighter. And her being the ride or die friend that she is, looked back at me. She's like, whatever you want. It's your birthday. And I said, I got a new wind of life in me. All of a sudden, new wind. I was like, let's take shots. Sure. There was a video of me. I don't even like vodka. If you asked me to take a vodka shot right now, I'd say I'd rather die. There is videos of me taking just pulls of Tito's. Oh my God, vile. And the time stamp on these videos, we're still in the club, 5 a.m. Okay, 5 a.m. I didn't know Vegas clubs stayed open until 5 a.m. That's great. And then all you need to know is me and Heather, Mallory, she was with us at this point. It's now 5:30 in the morning. And I look at Heather and I was like, we're going to a strip club. Let's do it. And then something happened. I don't know. We were wandering around and finally the sun is coming up. It is light outside. I've been in a dirty nightclub since 11 p.m. And then as we're in the Uber, literally on our way to a strip club, I'm like, Heather, it's almost 7 a.m. I don't think the strip club is open. Let's go home. And that was probably the best decision I made that whole entire trip. I went home. We slept for 3 hours. I woke up. I canceled my brunch. I said, absolutely not. I want to go home right now. And I canceled my flight and I booked a whole new flight, which I'm not proud of the cost of that. But guys, if you've ever been in that situation where, look, you have a wild night, you go out, you party, you wake up, and all you want to do is just get the hell out. You want to shower, you want to sage yourself, and you want to take a nap. And that was me. And I said goodbye to my friends. I took a flight home. I woke up the next day. I turned 30, and all is well in the world. And look, at the end of the day, what happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas. It goes on my Instagram story. And I had a great freaking time, and I have no regrets. All I know is that my friend Heather, she did somehow chip her tooth. So I ended up with a bruised kneecap. Heather chipped her tooth somehow. She texted me and I was like, you know what, Heather? It could have been us taking pulls of the bottle of Tito's. Maybe not. Anyways, look, I checked out her teeth. They're not that bad. But look, that is a recap of me in Vegas. God, I actually get a wave of anxiety thinking about it. But you know what, guys? No. We had a good time. We had a good old time, and that's all that matters. So that was Vegas. Now let's go into the 30 unhinged things I have learned by 30, because we might as well just wrap up this podcast with some not so mindfulness. Okay. The number one thing I've learned, unhinged edition, is it is fun, pardon my French, to not give a fuck. Look, there are moments when I obviously do still care and I try to be a little more curated and on top of my game, but there is such a freeing feeling when you're just like, I don't care. I want to go have a good time. Like that was me in Vegas. I just simply did not care. And in the moment, oh my God, I've never had more fun ever. Now, unfortunately, when I wake up the next morning, I tend to start caring. But you know what I've learned? It is better if you simply do not care. Do you. At the end of the day, it's whatever makes you happy. Number 2, create a close friends story, but pay attention to who is actually on it, because for the longest time, I did not have a close friends. I really just was like, no, this is lame. Then one day, Instagram created one for me. I was like, that's nice. Okay, I guess I'll use this. Then it was so fun, whatever. I didn't really look through who was on the close friends until maybe 6 months later. So many random people when I was like, oh, wait, like I don't like you. Like, why are you on here? So anyways, point of that, have a close friend story. It is so fun to just be a little unfiltered, be a little crazy, but at the same time, filter through that list. You know, you only want your close people on that list. Number 3, never get your ears pierced in Ibiza. Don't do it. Mine are still, look, I don't know what happened. I don't know what germs were on that needle that man used when I was in Ibiza after pulling an all-nighter bender and said, let's get our ears pierced. They're still not okay. They're still a little crusty, a little dusty. Probably will never be the same. Whatever you do, if it is 60 euros for 4 piercings, that's really cheap and you probably shouldn't do it. Number 4, if he is a 10 when you are drinking, he's probably a 4 in real life. Look, I've learned that the hard way. I know. When you have the beer goggles on, they seem really cute and they seem like your husband and whatever, but I promise you, whatever you do, reevaluate in the morning, because you're probably going to be like, what was I thinking? Number 5, don't hold hands while cliff jumping. I also learned that the hard way. One of my favorite videos is the one of me and Alex. We were in the south of France. We were cliff jumping. I went first, got my fun little video. Then she went, got her fun little video. And they're like, oh my God, let's do it together. Also, this was like a big drop. Now looking at the videos, I was like, oh, something actually probably could have gone wrong. But whatever. We're like, let's take a video together. And I was like, let's hold hands. Do not do it. Whatever you do, you guys are not going to jump at the same time. Someone's going to go first. Someone's going to try and sabotage the other one. Cough, cough, Alex. Anyways, my life flashed before my eyes. There's a video of me face planting off a cliff as Alex is just perfectly hitting the water nice, and I am sideways landing in the water. So don't do it. If you're going to jump off a cliff, solo only. Number 6, always pack spare underwear in your carry-on. You know what? The amount of times this past year when I have had an issue with my flight, look, I'm not a carry-on girl. I don't believe in it, whatever. I will forever be a checked bag girly. But what you should always do, toothbrush, medication, underwear in your carry-on. I will never forget. I don't remember what flight this was because they go on at least 18 a month. I don't know what flight it was, but it got delayed. My bags got lost. I'm sorry for the TMI. I was on my period. And I realized I had nothing, zero, zilch. And in that moment, I just remember I was like, I will give my left leg for a pair of underwear, for just a fresh pair of underwear. And now, ever since then, at least 5 pairs, maybe some socks in the carry-on. Just do it. Number 7, download Tinder. Any foreign country you're in, maybe not Canada, maybe not Mexico. It seems a little sus. Any European country you are in, if you're single, you're going to download Tinder. You're going to get on it, and you're going to have your best freaking night of your whole entire life. And maybe, lo and behold, you'll meet a hot Australian, and you'll continue to talk to him, and now you'll be planning your next trip to see him. I don't know. It just happened to me. Might happen to you. Number 8. Oof, this is a good one. Before you respond, take a lap. I am the worst about that. I have realized every single time I say something out of passion or I'm very reactive, I regret it. And I have learned, and we now have a rule in my life, 2 hours. Or you know what, even 2 minutes. Take a 2-minute lap. If something happens and you want to just pop off, look, I am a hot-headed queen. I want to instantly get my word in. I always regret doing that. So before you say anything, take a breath, take a lap. Ooh, okay. Well, this one kind of goes with that one. But number 9, stop playing games and be a psycho. And you're like, why are you saying that? Look, especially when it comes to dating, I hate, and this was always the hardest thing for me, when my girlfriends, my like notorious serial dater girlfriends, were like, you have to play the game. You have to be coy and cute, and you have to wait 2 hours before you text him back, and you, whatever the stupid games are. It never worked out for me. It made me miserable. And honestly, freaking be a psycho. If you want to respond, respond. If you want to be crazy, be crazy. The right guy is going to embrace your psycho. And honestly, I look at some of the girls in my life that I know, and the craziest ones are in the happiest relationships. I'm like, honestly, look, cut the games, be a little psycho, be direct. And look, it's all going to work. If you have to play games in order to date, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's worth it. Number 10, for every one hangover you get, by the time you reach 30, you need 3 whole days to recover. So plan it wisely. Look, you got to plan around holidays. If you're going to get hungover, we need to have, Monday off. You got to have Sunday. You have to have a work from home day on Tuesday. You just have to plan your hangovers as you get older. Number 11. Oh my God. I'll have to do a podcast on all the crazy shit that happened to me in college. Because if you think my life is insane now, which it was 10 million times more insane when I was in college, because I'm a little wild now. I was out of control when I was in college. But number 11, I wrote, if someone pees on your shoes, you have to throw them away. Okay, cool. I'm happy I wrote that in bed last night. That was the weed gummy talking. In college, I was on 6th Street and I was waiting for a cab ride on the way home. And look, you always got to be aware of your surroundings, people. And I was just la-di-daing with my girlfriend. I didn't realize there was an insanely drunk guy next to me. And I did not pay attention when he pulled down his pants and started peeing on the side of the road. And that pee stream was in the direct line of my feet. And I just remember I had these cute little Steve Madden shoes on, and they were soaked with a random stranger's urine, which is the most vile thing ever. But look, if that happens to you, I tried to save the shoes. I soaked them in my sink. Look, I was a broke college kid. I was like, I really want to keep these cute, they're probably not cute. They're probably platform wedge Steve Maddens, because those were cool in the day. And I wore them with my little sequin mini skirt from Express and the poof on at the top of my head. No, you have to throw them away. So I don't know, life lesson. Just stay away from pee, okay? Number 12. Oof. Wow. Okay, I said, all right. Number 12. If he tells his mom about his sex life, abort mission. Abort mission. That randomly was a thing with someone I was talking to. And look, I'm all for being close with your mom, your parents, whatever. But there's like a fine line between being close with your mom and then being like a mama's boy and them having too close of a relationship. So I remember one time this person told me and that he and his mom were discussing his sexual encounters with other women. And I said, no, that is too much. And guess what? It didn't work out with that guy. And there were so many red flags, and I was right. So pay attention to that rule. Number 13. This is a good one. And my mom and dad listen to this podcast. This is probably not the podcast for them to listen to. Stop listening now, mom and dad. I don't really talk about like sex that much. Maybe we should have probably not going to have a sex episode, but this is a good one for any girl, any guy out there. If they are not generous in the bedroom, also abort mission. Look, it's a 50-50 street. And I feel like there have been so many guys who are like, all they want is they want the pleasure. And then it took me 30 years to realize, wait a second here. It's a two-way street, buddy. And I feel like it is the biggest red flag if you're going to hook up with someone or in the bedroom and it is all about one person. So there you go. That's number 13. Number 14. This is a good one. If he cannot text properly and he spells you with the letter U, abort mission. I'm sorry. We are past kindergarten and we know how to spell Y-O-U. And look, for some people listening out there, you're going to message me and be like, it's easier to just type U. No, it's not. It's one letter versus 3. I'm sorry. If a man cannot text in full sentences and full words, it's a red flag for me. And every time I have talked to a guy and he says, YWD, wait, WYD. I was like, what is that an abbreviation for? WYD, like, what you doing? No, it's not going to work out. That's not your husband. He can't even spell for you, okay? Number 15. Wow, I really went a little off the rails with this list. Okay, whatever. Number 15, you'll never regret a boob job. Look, I feel like it has been a trend on the internet lately. All I've been seeing is people, it's like explants getting rid of their boobs. And look, I know it's a medical thing for some people. Many people ask me about, I should do a boob job episode. Many people ask me, like, do I regret it? No, I do not regret it for one day. It was the best decision I ever made for myself. I think it is to each their own if you want to have plastic surgery or not, but I love my boobs. They're great. They're my favorite thing. I have a great personality as well, but look, you will never regret the boob job, and that is coming from just what I have learned. Number 16. Ooh, here you go. This is actually, if you're going to pay attention to anyone, this is a smart one. Set alarms when you go out. My rule is the rule of 3. You're going to set one alarm to get water, to just take a little water break. You're going to set another alarm 1 hour before you want to leave, like your scheduled leaving time. You're going to place your Uber Eats order. And then alarm number 3 is your final alarm when it's like GTFO, get out, you're getting an Uber right now. And if you pay attention to those 3 alarms, you're probably in for a pretty good night. Or at least not like the most rowdy night with the least amount of hangover. Number 17, you deserved signed birthday cards. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but in a past relationship, for every birthday, I got a blank card, which it's really easy to just write your name. It's a couple letters. You know what? Just put a heart, a smiley face in your name. But it has taken me 30 years, especially as like, I don't know, I just got a beautiful bouquet of flowers that someone sent to me from literally across the world with a cute little note. And I was like, yesterday I realized you deserve it all, but bare minimum, you deserve a signed damn birthday card. Number 18, the pit in your stomach never lies. And I know you know what I'm talking about. It is a feeling, and I have learned to pay attention to it. It's like almost a physical feeling for me. Like I can feel the pit in my stomach when something is wrong, when there's a red flag, when something is off. It's like almost like you have a sixth sense when you know to just be alert or act on your intuition. So pay attention to that pit. It is an actual feeling. Learn to act on it. Do not ignore it, because every single time in my life I've ignored it, shit has hit the fan. Ooh, I like this one. If she says she's a guy's girl, she's probably not your friend. And look, there's some girls out there, and I do think that they probably really are like more friends with guys, and that's totally fine. But if you meet a girl for the first time and she comes up to you and she's like, oh my God, like I'm just like a guy's girl. It has never worked out for me. Like I just be a girl's girl, hang with the girls, compliment the girls, be with the girlies. I'm sorry. If you're going up to new people being like, I'm a guy's girl, abort mission on that one as well. She's not your friend. She's probably the one who's going to, actually, I'm not going to say that. That might be rude, but maybe she'll sleep with your boyfriend. I don't know. Oh, number 20, the best place to get a confidence boost is in the bathroom at a girl's bar. If you are down on yourself, if you don't like your outfit, if you think your hair looks bad, look, you don't need your girlfriends. All you need to do, take a solo trip to the bar in the bathroom and just wait there for 5 minutes. You're going to get at least 4 drunk girls coming up to you, and they will hype you up like you have never been hyped up in your whole entire life. I've never left a drunken bar bathroom feeling better about myself. So there you go. Go get a confidence boost. 21, nothing good happens in Florida. I'm sorry to my Floridians out there. Nothing good. I've never had, Miami, didn't have a great experience. Fort Lauderdale, I never need to go back. Orlando, not my favorite place. Florida's just, it is the wild, wild west. You cannot control what happens in Florida. And I know people are going to message me and be like, go to 30A and Rosemary Beach. And yes, that sounds lovely and expensive. But look, I'm balling on a budget. And like, I don't like Florida. I can actually stay away from Florida for the rest of my life and be okay. Number 22, your Uber score matters, and they actually rank you based on your mental breakdowns. And I realized this as a couple of days ago. I'm like, man, I'm having a hard time getting Ubers. Like, why is that? And I was talking to someone. They're like, well, what's your Uber score? And I told it to them, and they're like, damn, that's like really low. And once you hit like a certain number, they won't pick you up anymore. They're like, no, you have a shitty Uber score. I'm not coming to get you in your shitty score. Look, guys, mine's pushing it. And I was racking my brain as to why. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm I'm nice, I'm polite, I really don't talk that much, I'm normally on time. And then I realize every time I have a mental breakdown, just a full-blown mentee bee, it is in the back of an Uber. The last time when I flew back from Texas, or when was this? I don't know. It was recent. Full on sobbing, just having I'm on the phone with my mom. I can't breathe. I got snot everywhere, all the things. This man is looking at me, and I finally hang up the phone. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I, in my snotty tears, just literally get out of the car. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I realize I've done that quite often. So I'm just saying, if you can hold it together, look, sometimes you got to cry in an Uber. If you can hold it together, you should maybe not do that, because your Uber score will plummet, and pretty soon you're not going to get Ubers like myself. And I'm not proud of that one. Number 23. This one's a good one. Learn the art of a drunken makeout, not a drunken hookup. And this is more so like I'm thinking back to my college days. Okay. Like we're past that phase, but a drunken makeout, fun, casual, a little fling, a little flirtatious, a little scandalous. I don't know. I just think a drunken hookup is kind of icky. Like, you never feel good after it. It's just weird. I don't know. You don't know. Do they have gray sheets? Do they lack a headboard? What's their pillow situation like? Do they have ambient noise for me to sleep with? Anyways, it's just not worth it. So I do think there is an art of learning the difference between the two, and you should pay attention to it. Number 24, always carry Band-Aids. Look, you never know when you're going to have a blister. You never know when one of your sticky boobs is going to fall off and you're going to need to cover up a nip. You just don't know. That happened to me at Coachella. Did not realize wearing my little sticky nipple covers that the second I sweat, they're going to fall right off. And I was wearing a see-through little mesh top, and I realized I'm going to be arrested for public indecency. And I had to hunt to find Band-Aids, which luckily I did. But if I listened to rule number 24, always carry Band-Aids, I would have been stress-free in that situation. So there you go. Number 25. Here's the magic cure for when a guy does you dirty. Make an ick list. That's all you need to do. Make an ick list. And all you're going to do, pull open your notes app and just start writing every single thing, small, big, whatever, that gave you the ick about him. And then every time you miss him, you're going to open up that list and you're going to read through it a couple of times. And then I promise you're going to be like, oh, I'm actually not that sad. And number 26, speaking of lists, make a bucket list for everything. I try and do this anytime I'm on a trip, and it normally leads to the best stories. Like, think about when my sister and I made the cruise list. Look how many people are in my life because of that one. So if you want to spice up your life a little bit, whether you're going on a beach vacation, a European cruise, going out with your girlfriends, whatever it is, if you want to have a wild night and a fun time, make a bucket list. Number 27, this is also a good one. Just read the labels on your weed gummies. Because I got some in yesterday and I've been needing to chill out because ever since turning 30, I'm like, my anxiety is skyrocketing. I did not read the label on them. All I know is I posted them on my story and there was like 6 milligrams of THC, and someone did message me and they're like, damn, that's kind of a lot. And I was like, whatever. I don't know. I just want to sleep really well. Guys, I woke up. I was not in my right state of mind. In fact, like I went to the gym and I was like, I think I'm like kind of high still. And I learned very quickly, don't just eat them because they taste like strawberry lemonade or whatever. Just read the label. You know what? Actually, I changed the rule of that. Read the label on everything. I did have a great night's sleep, but I was a little impaired this morning. Number 28. I just was talking to my therapist about this one. Number 28, run your mouth to only 3 people. You get a circle of 3 people. Those are your close core. And look, you can tell them everything. You can repeat the same stories 15 times. You can cry, you can complain, but you only get 3 people. My biggest lesson is I feel the need to talk through my feelings. So I don't care who it is. Whoever texts me, I'm sure it's my Uber drivers at some point. I'm like, do you want to hear about what's going on in my life? And then half the time, what I'm going through in that moment fades away by the next day, or I end up processing my emotions and I realize I don't feel that way at all. And then I realize I have told 25 people my problems, and then I have to follow up with 25 people and be like, yeah, sorry, I like changed my mind. Like, I'm actually fine. It's awful. It's literally the worst. And I finally realized you get 3. And you want to hear my 3? We've got my therapist, Carly. What up, Carly? I hope to God she never listens to this podcast. I've got my best friend, Heather. And then I've got my mom. And I want to say Alex, but like, look, sometimes Alex, Shay, Willette, sisters can be a little judgy, okay? Alex is like the second tier of people. But you get 3. And you can run your mouth as much as you want, but only to those people. Number 29, own the title of the hot fun friend. I think as I was entering my 30s, or especially last year when I was like single in Nashville, all my friends were engaged. And it was just like, I don't know, it's kind of disheartening being like, Morgan will go on the date, or like Morgan's like the fun friend, or you'll be the fun hot auntie to all of our kids. And I used to kind of sting a little of like, man, am I like behind? And now that I'm 30, well, I am, you know what, Morgan, run your mouth only to 3 people. Don't say it to the internet. I was about to be like, do you want to hear about my love life? Anyways, whatever. Love life is fine, dandy. But I used to get offended, and now I'm like, damn, I kind of love that. So if you are 30 and whether you're single, you're taken, whether you have kids or you don't, embrace the title of being the fun, hot friend. Because I guarantee you a lot of people in your life who maybe, I don't know, are like settling down a little bit, they would probably kill to be in your shoes, to be able to fly to Europe and hang out with hot men whenever you want. So just saying, embrace it. And number 30, the last thing I've learned in my unhinged list is the world is your freaking oyster. You can do whatever you want. It is literally, you can pick your story, you can pick the plot, have that main character energy. Like legitimately, it sounds corny as I was writing this. I was like, the world is your oyster. Okay, loser. But like it really is. You have nothing but opportunity in front of you. And I have learned that through all the mess of my life, all the chaos, all the stories. I'm like, damn, I have so many stories to tell. And I know it's only going to get better as long as you have the mindset of like, damn, the world's my oyster. Anyways, guys, that was a long podcast. I'm reflecting on it. I'm like, ooh, how much of that do I want to cut out? I don't know. I was feeling a little open today, but I don't know. My weed gummy might rub off, or it might go away, and I might cut all of this out. Who knows? We'll see. But guys, I'm 30 officially. I think that is all for my 30 stories. Wow. Hopefully this podcast is going to maybe not go off the rails this much every single time. But guys, thanks for being along with me on this journey. It's been fun. It's been real. I cannot wait to take you guys with me on this journey in my 30th year around the sun. That is it for me. I need to go take a nap. I'll see everyone next week. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for listening to Off the Rails podcast. It's been real. It's been unhinged. And I'll see everyone next week. In the meantime, do all the podcast things, like, listen, leave a 5-star review, and catch up with me on socials at Off the Rails with Morgan. Bye.